Hello, my friends. We have encouraging news today from the front lines, and it comes from one of the most vulnerable sectors of Ukraine's defense, the Dnipro and Zaporizhzhia regions. For weeks, this area has seen slow but steady Russian advances as they tried to tighten their grip. But today, things have changed. We're now seeing Ukrainian blue flags appearing once again in places that were previously under Russian control. Ukrainian forces regained ground near Verbove. In the village of Verbove, where Russian troops had earlier entered with small sabotage units, Ukrainian forces launched a swift counterattack. Verified images confirmed that Ukrainian soldiers, particularly from the 110th Mechanized Brigade, are now operating inside the same area where Russian flags were raised just days ago. This brigade is highly capable and has been preparing for such operations for weeks. Before the assault, Ukrainian FPV drone operators targeted Russian positions and flag carriers around Verbove, softening enemy lines before the infantry moved in. Unfortunately, not every operation comes without losses. One Ukrainian Humvee was struck by a Russian FPV drone, disabling the vehicle. Fortunately, all crew members were safely evacuated before the vehicle was destroyed in a secondary strike. Despite such setbacks, Ukrainian troops continue to push forward, often using civilian vehicles and light trucks to stay mobile and unpredictable. These vehicles, many funded through international volunteer efforts, have become lifelines on the battlefield. Special thanks were given to Nordic Perspective Channel and Amania, who serves in the Ukrainian army herself and helped raise funds for frontline units.
New advances reported. Snizhkivka and surrounding Viloges. There are also new blue flags appearing in Snizhkivka and Signeva, smaller settlements that have recently seen fierce clashes. The 23rd Motorized Brigade has been confirmed in Snizhkivka, an area now largely stabilized and considered part of the gray zone, meaning contested, but showing strong Ukrainian presence. According to multiple frontline reports, Ukrainian forces may have liberated Snizhkivka, Voronivka, and Signeva, though official drone confirmation is still pending. If verified, it would mean Ukraine is successfully pushing back Russian assaults even in the most pressured areas of the Dnipro front. Pokrovsk direction. Russians trapped in undersupplied Menwol. In the Pokrovsk direction, there have been no major Russian advances in the past 24 hours. Russian forces remain trapped between Chahov and Novoshakhov, suffering severe supply shortages. Analysts, even Russian military bloggers, describe their situation as disastrous. Despite Russia's attempts to encircle Pokrovsk for nearly a year, Ukrainian control remains firm. The only significant Russian territorial gain in recent months has been the partial occupation of Krasnohorovka, while key towns like Pokrovsk, Kostyantynivka, and Chasiv Yar remain in Ukrainian hands. This prolonged stalemate highlights a growing issue within the Russian military, a lack of competent command and coordination. Even with superior numbers, aviation, and artillery, Russia struggles to consolidate ground. If Ukraine had comparable resources, as many observers note, the war might already be at Moscow's doorstep. Confirmed losses. Russian air defense and infrastructure. Recent days also brought heavy Russian equipment losses. Ukrainian drone strikes destroyed several Buk-M3 air defense systems and radar installations. One Buk system reportedly exploded during a misfire near Rostov Oblast, marking the second such incident in a week. At the same time, deep strikes have hit Russian oil refineries and energy infrastructure. The Orenburg refinery, located over 1,500 kilometers from Ukraine, suffered major damage after a drone attack, showing Ukraine's expanding long-range strike capability. Even Russia's own naval defenses are under pressure. Footage from a drone boat attack on a Russian oil port shows warships firing wildly, missing the target at close range. Moments later, the drone boat struck, causing a massive explosion at the port infrastructure. It's another reminder that precision and discipline remain weak points in the Russian military system. Russian recruitment and economic strength to counter mounting losses. Moscow is now offering up to 6 million rubles, roughly $73,000, for anyone signing a contract to join the Russian army. It's an enormous amount, especially in rural regions where poverty is widespread. Still, many recruits reportedly never receive their promised payments, often being sent to the front lines and killed within weeks. Meanwhile, Russia plans to raise taxes next year to sustain these wartime payouts, a sign of mounting financial strain despite official claims of stability. Conclusion: the front holds strong. In summary, despite Despite Russia's overwhelming resources and constant pressure, Ukrainian forces continue to adapt, resist, and reclaim ground. The battles around Verbove, Snizhkivka, and Pokrovsk demonstrate not just tactical skill, but unshakable morale. Every liberated street, every reclaimed flag sends a clear message: Ukraine will not yield. And as always, to those supporting Ukraine, whether through information, donations, or simple awareness, thank you. Your help keeps the wheels turning, the vehicles running, and the truth alive. Until the next update, stay strong, stay informed, and may the skies above you remain peaceful.